Hello, Hugo. Today, Grandpa is going to read a book to you. It's called Farm Animals, and it's got lots of different animals from the farm. I wonder if you know what any of them are. Can you see the one on the front? That is a big, fat, old, pinky pig. And we'll see what sort of noise he makes in a minute. Let's have a look. Let's turn the page. Who is on the first page? Oh, Mrs. Sheep is on this page. Mrs. Sheep likes to nibble and chew. I wonder what noise she makes. Baa, baa. A funny old noise to make, Mrs. Sheep. But she likes to eat her grass, doesn't she? Oh, yes. Now let's see who's on the next page. Do you know who this is? This is Mrs. Cow. Mrs. Cow, she likes to stay in the field as well, but she likes her grass long, not short like Mrs. Sheep, because she can't reach down so far, you see. Now Mrs. Cow likes to stroll around and say moo, moo, and she's very loud. Believe you me, I would stay on the other side of the gate to Mrs. Cow if I were you. And there she is strolling around her field and eating the long grass. And if you look out for her on a sunny day, sometimes you'll see her having a lie down under the trees, because she likes to lie in the shade, you see. Let's have a look on the next page. There he is. There's Mr. Pig. Well, he's a funny old thing. Have you seen his tail? His tail goes round and round and round and round again and back. He's a funny old pig, and he's got spots on his back. I think that's because he lies down in all the mucky mud. You like to play in the muddy pools, don't you, with your Wellingtons? I've seen you, yes, and splash about. Well, Mr. Pig likes to do that as well. Yes, he does. He has a very cute and curly tail. Now then, let's see who's on the next page. It's Mr. Horse. Oh, he's a very fine animal, isn't he? He's big and strong. And if you're very, very lucky, he will let you go for a ride on his back. But you must tell him, don't go too fast, Mr. Horse, or I will fall down, and then I will cry. And if you're lucky, he will go nice and slow. Mr. Horse likes to jump, and he jumps over big hay bales. And then sometimes he turns around and has a sniff and says, that hay, that smells very interesting. And then he gives it a chew, because horses like to eat hay. Did you know that? Yes, they do. Nay, nay, that's what he says. But he means yes, really. Yes, he does. Okay, now look at this page. Oh, sometimes if you go to the park, you might be very lucky if you look out onto the lake. And you will see in the water Mrs. Duck. And she's having a fine old time, because Mrs. Duck can swim very, very well. Much better than you or me. And when she's swimming, she waggles her tail. And she waggles her feet underwater, although you can't always see that. Sometimes you will see behind Mrs. Duck all the little baby ducks. And the baby ducks, they follow Mrs. Duck all in a line. And they wander around the lake looking for things to eat. Because even though we can't see it, there's lots of bits of grass. And they all grow under the water. And Mrs. Duck knows that, and she puts her head down and bites them up. And sometimes she gives them to her baby chicks as well, the baby ducks. Quack, quack. She's very clever like that. Who's on this page now? I I know who it is. This is Mr. Sheepdog. Oh, he's a very clever dog, he is, because he can help Farmer Giles. And he helps Farmer Giles to round up all the sheep when they need to come in to have their tea. And sometimes to have their wool sheared off as well, if it's going to be warm and sunny like it is now. Oh yes, like we have our haircut. And he goes woof woof, and all the sheep, they run into the corner, and then the farmer can catch them and take off all that wool. That's good, isn't it? Oh, now here's a funny animal, Mr. Goat. Billy Goat Gruff. You might have heard of him. He eats anything and he eats everything. You have to be careful when you buy Billy Goat Gruff, because he'll pinch your sweets. He'll pinch anything he can. Yes, he will. And he'll put his nose in your pockets. And if you've got anything in your pockets, he'll eat that as well. Yes, he will. He's a funny old thing. Oh, now then, is this Mrs. Cow again? Oh, no, I don't think so. Why isn't this Mrs. Cow? It looks very similar. But look up here. One horn, two horns. That's not Mrs. Cow. Oh, no, that's Mr. Bull. You've got to be careful when you see Mr. Bull in the field, because if he's not in a good mood, he will turn around and chase you out, because he likes to keep the field and all that long grass to himself. Yes, he does. When he gets cross, steam comes out of his nose. Oh, yeah. Yes, it does. Now, here's a fine animal we've got here. This is Mrs. Hen, and she likes to sit on her nest. Why does she do that? Well, if she's got a nice bed of straw, she can lay her eggs in it. And when she's laid her eggs, she sits on them to keep them warm. That's a good idea, isn't it? Well, it is, because in a couple of days' time, the eggs begin to crack. But it doesn't matter, because inside the eggs are all her baby chicks. Yes, they are, little fluffy yellow chicks. And she can look after them, and one day they will grow into being big Mrs. Chickens just like her. Well, here we are, and we've come to the end of the book. And what have we got here? I think we've got the farmer's tractor. Is that the farmer driving it? I don't know. Can you see? Is it the farmer? No, it's Mr. Sheepdog. He sneaked in. Perhaps he's sitting next to the farmer and we can't see him. I don't think that the sheepdog can really drive the tractor, do you? Well, I hope you enjoyed the story, and Grandpa will read you another one soon. Okay. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.